What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Low Budget Show with Damon Millard. That's me. Today on the show, I have St. Louis comedian Chad Wallace. He's going to be joining us a little later. He's a funny dude. Let's see. We're going to check in with the Low Budget Show's executive producer, Juggalo John. He's going to come in and talk to us about how to improve the show. Maybe a segment. If we get time, we'll do a segment. Damon's Helpful Hints. I don't know. The interview with Chad Wallace is a little long. How do I know that? Because I already taped it. I taped it yesterday, and I'm actually wearing this shirt for continuity. That way it would seem like it was the same day, but since I told you that it was...
Since I told you that it's not the same day, then the shirt is pointless. Wearing the same shirt was pointless. Stupid. Alright, so first things first, as always,
here's my contact information. Damon S. Millard at yahoo.com. Make sure you include the S. It stands for sexy. And here's my Twitter, at LaughingCock. So check that out and get a hold of me, especially if you want to be on the show. I'm looking for guests. I lost a guest. She was supposed to be here. She never made it. So that was a little sad.
Today I'm drinking Angry Orchard.
Sinful Apple. Sin, C-I-N-N, because that means cinnamon. It's a little pun. You know what I mean? Pretty dumb. But let's taste it. Oh god, that's good.
That's good. It's just like it's like a apple cider. It's a hard apple cider. I would have got laid a lot more in high school if we had these. Girls would have slammed these, and then we would have slammed them.
What's up? So, I'll be going back to New York City really soon. I'm looking forward to it. I miss New York. It's a different world, man. It's its own thing. You know, I've been out in the Midwest for a little while right now, and it's kind of bumming me out. It just is, man.
I can't wait to get back to the city, but I've been without a job basically for I'm pushing a while. I quit my job in TV news for a million different reasons, and I could, on another episode, I could probably get into that. Television news is alright. I'm not going to get into it now. It's too long of a story, and if I start telling it, I'll want to tell the whole thing, and I'm not going to do that. So I just been doing comedy, and then some stuff happened, and you know, it's hard to make a living at comedy, I can tell you that. So going back to New York, I'm gonna have to get a job, and let's see. So, but when I was there before, I was making ends meet by doing unorthodox things. Like I was part of these medical research studies. One of them for Mount Sinai. I was doing this one, and basically what they did was they would put me in this MRI machine where you lay down and you're in this tunnel, you know, and you can't move or anything. And then I would have like these goggles on my eyes like this, right, where I could see the computer screen, and they would show me all of these images, and then I was supposed to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 how negative those pictures made me feel, right? And the thing was, a lot of the pictures were real, and you know, they were like of like mass graves in the Mideast.
There was a lot of disgusting stuff on there, but a lot of them also were staged.
You know, they were like just actors pretending, and like a lot of those were like domestic violence, you know, where the guy will have his hand all cocked back and
the girl will be like, but like I couldn't separate the fact that it was staged. Like I couldn't get past that.
So I'd be laughing at this domestic violence, you know what I mean? And I'd always like rate them really low because it didn't make me feel negative. I was actually having a good time. But I always wanted to explain that to the doctors, that like I wasn't actually I don't enjoy domestic violence per se.
Just that it was so cheesy and set up, man.
It was weird. One time I was in there, I got a boner, and the thing was, like, I didn't realize how small the actual tube part is. Like, you're in this
cylinder kind of covers your upper body, and so my junk is laying out. And here it is. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm doing these testing, and I'm falling in and out. Like, I'm falling asleep, and I'm waking up, and I'm falling asleep, and I'm waking up, and I don't know. I got morning wood. Right? I got morning wood in there, and like so the doctor, and she's a woman, she comes to pull me out of the machine, and so she pulls me out. She goes, "Oh, you all right in there? Getting a little stiff." Yeah, I don't know if she meant it like that, but it was kind of funny. Or you guys aren't laughing? It was funny to me. Got a weird boner story? At Laughingcock, LAUGHINGCOK. Here's my email, DamonSMillard@yahoo.com. Send me some embarrassing boner stories. Everybody's got them. Even women's got them. You ever have? Do women get boners? Do women get boners? I don't know. Let me know. So yeah, I was doing that. You can find all these weird jobs on like Craigslist and stuff, and I was finding yeah, I found that. I was part of an AIDS research study. Not that I have AIDS, but like they showed me some advertisements that they were using to get people. There's going to be an AIDS vaccine, believe it or not. It's I know I talk about AIDS a lot on the show too, but there's going to be like this AIDS vaccine, and they wanted me to rate their advertising, like, you know, they wanted me to tell them how it made me feel and stuff like that, you know, and it was it was weird. I got paid like $100 and a Metro card. It was pretty cool. It took like an hour, so that was neat. But I think it was really just a pyramid scam. They were just trying to get people to go in there, and then at the end they would ask you if you wanted to sign up to be part of the AIDS vaccine study, where they would actually give you the shot. And fuck, yeah, well, that's good, except that when you get the AIDS vaccine, if you take an AIDS test, you'll get a false positive. It'll make the test think that you have AIDS. So you will you'll positive AIDS results if you get the AIDS vaccine. So I stayed away from that, and
the things I'll do to make money in New York City, man. So I'm looking for a real job. I don't know. I guess I should probably get back into video production or something at some level. I'm up for a job right now. I'll tell you more about it. I'm a superstitious person, so I'll tell you more about it when I get an answer either way, yes or no. But I've been emailing back and forth with this guy. It'll be a pretty good gig. I'll shoot 2 things a week, and then I'll go and edit at my apartment, which will be pretty neat. And there's gonna be some stories if I get it. I'll let you know. I'll update everybody on it a little later
when I hear back from the guy. But I was also thinking about doing a little photography. It's kind of something that I'm into, you know. I you know, everybody who has a phone now thinks that they're a photographer, but, you know, I could do some stuff. Like, trust me, hey, if you're if you're a comedian and we're friends and I'm back in the city soon, if you need some headshots, let me know. I want to build up my portfolio. So let me know, and we could do that, you know? That would be pretty cool. And let's take a selfie and see how this comes out. You guys are gonna love that. So I'll be around at some shows in New York, and I'll be taking pictures at shows and mics and stuff. And if you're actually my real friend, I'll give you some headshots for free. If I don't know you, go fuck your mother. And that's about it. I was gonna go into some other stuff, but I think I'm running out of time. I got a good interview coming up with Chad Wallace, and we're gonna check in right now. We're gonna check in with we're gonna check in with the executive producer of the low budget show. So give me a second to set that up, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we've had 3 episodes so far, and my goal for the show has always been to create like an environment rich in thought-provoking discussions, right? And I think we've done that. You know what I mean? This is kind of like a home away from home for my viewers. You know, it's a place where no matter who you are, you belong. You know, it's kind of like the bar on Cheers, except every once in a while I'll have a minority come on. It's like that, you know, and I'd really like to improve the number of viewers that I have. So my executive producer, Mr. Juggalo John, has been working on some new ideas that are going to help us attract more viewers to the podcast. So let's bring him on the show. Let's talk to him and see what he's got up his sleeve.
Oh, thanks, Damon. Thank you so much. It's good to be on this side of the camera for a change, you know?
Well, my viewers and I are really excited to have you stop by to share your ideas for the show.
Damon, babe. It don't just work like that. You don't start off with a great show, alright? I used to be a producer over at the Tracy Ullman Show, remember that?
Yeah.
Well, not everybody knows this, but between the Tracy skits, there used to be this little cartoon short called The Simpsons. You ever heard of that?
Of course.
Of course, right? Of course you have. Right? So one day I get this great idea. I come in, I'm like, hey, I got a great idea. You guys want to hear my great idea? I got this great idea. I got this idea. What we're going to do, right? We'll keep The Simpsons, and we can just get rid of this fucking Tracy broad. Then we had a hit on our hands, you know what I mean?
Wow, I didn't know you had anything to do with that.
Yeah, now look, The Simpsons are in their 26th season.
Are you still involved in the show over there?
Nah, not Jewy enough. Now listen, Damon, babe. I got some great new ideas for the show, okay? What do we got, like 1, 2 million viewers?
No, it's more like 30 downloads.
Shit, alright. Well, I was thinking if we could get a big sponsor, we could take that money, we could dump it into some good equipment, you know, get some good cameras and stuff, improve the quality of the show. I mean, it's impossible to do a show with no budget like this. We got no budget. It's not the low-budget show. It's the no-budget show. Our last guest had some orange juice and we lost money.
So we're gonna get a sponsor?
I don't know, kid. I don't know. Nobody really wants to touch us, you know, because our main demographic is mid to late 30 high school dropouts. The only one who wants to mess with us at all is non-menthol Newports.
What else?
I've been trying to get a buzz going, you know, the old-fashioned way, word of mouth. I've been hanging out in front of the ladies' room, you know, at bars and stuff. I'll just hang out in front of the ladies' room and somebody will come out and be like, hey, what are you looking at, creep? And I'll be like, nothing much. Kind of wish I was watching a low-budget show with Damon Millard. So that's getting us a little bit of street cred.
These don't sound like very good ideas.
Are you kidding me? They're great. I've got this other idea where kids can save up points and redeem them for cool prizes.
Alright, but 2 questions, John. This is a computer show, so how are people going to get the points? And then 2, what kind of prizes?
I haven't worked it out completely yet, but I'm thinking I could start selling pot down at the middle school. I was going to say high school, but I figured there'd be less competition at a middle school. Okay, so the bags have like a phone number on it. Alright? And the kid just calls that number and tells me how much more pot they want.
Sounds like you're just selling drugs.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And the prizes?
Oh, the prizes? The pot is the prize.
Well, I'll be honest. I hope you come up with some other ideas, but thanks for joining me, and we'll hope to see you around. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Now joining me is Chad Wallace, a St. Louis comedian. How you doing, Chad?
Chad Wallace is doing fine. I don't always talk to myself in the third person.
This camera stuff is kind of nervous, you know. Just the thoughts of me being on camera, and at least it's not a convenience store, so I know there is no awkward situation between me, some lines against the wall, 6 foot, 7 foot, you know, that type of stuff.
All right, so we're continuing, starting off our interviews very awkwardly, but it's cool. Chad's a good guy. Chad is a St. Louis comic who runs an open mic at the Heavy Anchor.
The Heavy Anchor, located at 5226 Gravois, St. Louis, Missouri, 63116 for those of you into zip codes.
In case you want to mail him a letter.
I carry mail on the side.
Oh yeah, he knows the zip codes because he's also a mail carrier. I don't know if you wanted me to say that, but
Yeah, you can send all your bills to me. I'll make sure they end up either in the sewer or the trunk or the hiding place of your choice. This is for fiction only. I am not throwing away mail.
he would never do that.
No.
It's not a Seinfeld episode.
Well, I'm glad you joined me. I've had some really good times at your mic.
It's a really good mic, but did it start off always good, or did you have to do did you have to build that mic?
I was contacted by the guy that originally ran it, and he used to charge a $3 cover charge to see a. Nothing wrong with open micers,
But you don't want to pay to see open mic.
No, that's why it's called open mic.
Exactly, but
he got a better gig somewhere else. He asked me to take it over. First thing I did was get rid of the cover charge.
Yeah.
Then I just started promoting the hell out of it. You know, Facebook flyers, kidnapping people if I have to.
Yeah.
yeah, just being a generally, good guy at the bar. Like, hey, did you know there's a comedy show in the back? It's free.
Yeah.
You know, you can buy a dollar version of PBR. Not in the can, it's going to be the bottle, but it's still $1. And you can't beat PBR for $1. This in case any PBR reps are watching. Do you see how my shirt is the same color as the can?
Always promote yourself. Always promote yourself.
yeah, always. But it's working out because it's packed and it's full all the time. And so you took that open mic and you're springboarding from the momentum of that to a showcase, right?
Yeah, I took the success from the open mic and they let me do a showcase, So I have a couple of openers, a couple of guys featuring, and maybe 1 or 2 guys closing it out. And first one, real good, packed the house. Second one, didn't pack the house, but it was still a good showing.
Yeah.
And I got another one coming up on November 29th, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, after Black Friday. So it's Gray Saturday or Broke Saturday, whatever you want to call it.
Probably broke Saturday.
Yeah. So I figured for $5 you can come in and for hours and some change, forget that you just spent your kids' college fund on a toaster from Best Buy.
And if you buy a toaster from Best Buy, you don't deserve money.
I'm sure they have better things to buy other than toasters.
That's true.
A guy from Florida, Vince Taylor, came through. Comedian Nicole Kashashin. I probably messed her name up. Kalashin. She's open for greats like Dan Cummings and Eliza Eschenberg. If your name has 8 consonants and 1 vowel, I'm going to mess it up. I'm letting you know that now.
I also found you guys through comedyinthelu.com is where I found you guys.
Yes, that's another
But
one.
yeah, and I was someone suggested you, and I went and I checked out, and yeah, you run my favorite mic so far. I mean, the Funny Bone was alright, but it was a little too
corporate.
Yeah,
Or,
maybe it was a little too much of a bringer atmosphere.
yeah.
I still want to work there.
We all
But the thing is, it's a good mic. Definitely, if you're around on a Monday, first and third Monday, check that
I
out.
don't know why they chose the first and third Monday. Why couldn't it be every Monday?
But the same reason you get parking tickets.
Because you don't know when the hell the last Wednesday of the millennium before the Halley's Comet flies over your house. It's one of those things.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. Well, also you don't want to burn it out, man. That's kind of the appeal of it too. It's like you can't wait for that.
Right.
That twice a month, you know, you get to do that room twice a month.
The St. Louis scene is coming along real fine. Every
good
time we turn around, we're getting better headliners that come through St. Louis. You know, we got Burris Hamill coming through. Dave Chappelle sold out 20 shows in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Is he doing 20 shows?
No, he's doing 8.
But
Well, I was just saying because at Radio City he did like 20. I don't
he's
know the
known for
number,
that.
but he did, and he sold like all of them out. And
he sold out 8 shows.
I missed him. Hannibal Buress has a Sunday show in Brooklyn at the Knitting Factory.
Yes.
It's free. If you're ever in New York, if you're ever in Brooklyn,
I
on
had the
Sunday.
pleasure. He did a WashU event, and he stopped by another mic, Nick's Pub, 6001 Manchester.
Oh, he did?
Yes, and he did time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was just going to say, man, I missed the opportunity to see him because he did a pop-in at the Knitting Factory, and he was just around right before he did that Radio City
Right.
string. He was at, like, everything.
I
He
even
was popping in here and there, and everybody always had the picture on Facebook to prove it, and I'm like, shit.
I didn't get any pictures of him, but I did have him sign
He
something
did
for me.
Nick's Pub?
Yes, he did.
And he said, this is to the other Chad other than Pimp C. You know, so
Yeah. Oh, man.
in case when you don't know, Pimp C, R.I.P., UGK, his real name is Chad, but he went by Pimp C, obviously.
So you're my second St. Louis comic as a guest on here. But the last time I had on Stryker Spurlock,
Yes, the
who
youngest person in the world.
I didn't know he was 17. So he comes in, he's 17, I'm offering him booze. I'm glad he turned it down.
That was a good chance for entrapment.
Yeah.
It's like, got me on camera.
But
Oops.
but he's probably the exact opposite of you, right? He's completely young. He's
completely skinny.
completely skinny
Has all
and
of-
see-through white.
Has all of his hair.
All of it.
But Stryker is funny. He got, I don't know what it is. Sometimes it helps to be just blindly young.
Yeah.
The things that come out of your mouth when you're that age, you don't know
Yeah.
any better.
Did you find that starting comedy later?
Did that hurt you or help you or a little of both?
It was a yin yang. The good part is I actually have relatable stories. I can relate to almost any crowd.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be young, old, white, black, whatever. You know, everybody was a kid. Everybody was a teenager.
Yeah.
You know, everybody doesn't got drunk, even some kids and teenagers. But what hurts me is I don't take the chances that young comics will take as far as
Like getting out on the road and stuff?
getting out on the road because I'm still anchored by a job and family. Your subject matter, you know, I just can't get up there and talk about certain people because they're still in St. Louis coming to my shows.
You know, some of the funniest stuff that happened to me involves putting somebody on.
Your
Putting
girlfriend
somebody
or
on.
something. I kind of talked about this
Yeah.
with Stryker too. I've said that like I don't pull any punches. I'll write some terrible stuff. I'll let her first hear it at the mic and yell at me later. It's kind of like I'd rather apologize for saying something funny and get it over with.
My problem is my woman is related to 33% of St. Louis because one half of her family was raised in the projects, and it's like 18 million of them.
Yeah.
So every place I go, it's like 1 degree of my girlfriend because she seems to keep track with everything I do outside of the house.
But
Yeah.
no, I should get outside of my head. I should just say
Yeah,
what I
just
think is
zone out
funny.
up there. I think you should. I personally think up there anything goes. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've gotten away with saying some stuff that I was like, oh, I should have got my ass kicked for that. But since I had a mic, I didn't.
Like I do a lot of subject matter. Like I started talking about my mom. My mom used to drink, smoke
Yeah.
weed in front of me. And one of the first shows I did, I invited my sister, my cousin, and all that.
And I'm saying, yeah, my mom worked in the bar, blah, blah, this, that, and other. You know, I used to get jello shots and, you know, jokes like that. And she was like, how you gonna talk about mom like that? I'm like, she's dead. I don't care.
I don't mean to laugh at that you said your mom's dead. That's not...
I mean, true story. She didn't want any funeral. She didn't want a bunch. She said, if you didn't cry for me when I was alive, fuck you. Don't cry for me when I'm dead. She wanted to be cremated.
So we had her cremated, and when they cremate a person, they give you these plastic bins. They don't give you, it don't come in an urn all fancy, prepackaged. They come in these hospital bins. And my sister had one, and I had one. And we had plans to get a fancy urn. We had plans to get little necklaces with little mama tag, you know.
Yeah.
I put mine in the trunk of an '87 Ford Taurus that I was driving. Mom stayed in the trunk for 5 years.
I never got around to getting earned. And I told that story in front. I was at Premier Lounge, which is a quote-unquote urban room.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't tell a room full of black people that you rode around with your mom in the trunk.
For 5 years.
Oh.
They don't laugh. They
No?
look at you. Then they say, motherfucker, you didn't love your mama? Yes, I did, but no, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. You know, they had me on some Hannibal Lecter bullshit.
You were rolling dirty for real.
I was rolling dusty. That's what I was. And then the coup de grace was somebody stole my fucking car.
Oh no.
A tow truck, middle night, towed it out my fucking backyard.
Yeah.
They found the title of my car in East St. Louis outside of a scrapyard. They scrapped Mom. Her ashes is
stole your
floating
mama.
around East St. Louis as we speak right now.
East St. Louis, man.
Yeah.
Stole his mama.
That's, I feel like I want to talk to Samson.
He slept with my mama.
See, but this is the thing. Like, I honestly think because you're a little older.
And I'm not. It's not all young people, but a lot of
Right.
young people like are going for like what can I say that's funny, and like sometimes it wasn't until I hit this level where I was like, I just want to be honest
Right.
and find the funny in it later rather than construct some fake fiction.
There's a lot of funny in the dark areas of your life.
Yeah, man, and it
That's
wasn't.
what gets you through.
It's not till like I started talking about like some more deeper subjects, like death, and it took me a long time to talk about my daughter and the situation behind that. And when that started coming out, like I realized I was making real connections.
Right, because
with
you
an
connect
audience.
with people. That's like at my mom's funeral.
We hard-headed. We had a funeral any fucking way. She dead. She can't whoop us no more.
Right.
So I'm at the funeral. I got my sister on one side, got my niece, my 2 nephews, and I'm in rock formation. I'm in stay strong for the family. My sister over here, she's 5'10", 300, and she got the nerve to try to fall out. I'm like, no, bitch. No. She trying to fall out on me. My niece over here done got cute. She done got the weed special and all that. She got this snot bubble coming out her nose, and the weed thing she had going across her head was about to hit the snot bubble.
So she had this situation going on. So I'm trying to get tissue and wipe her face off. I'm trying to keep this big bitch off of me. And the weave done hit the snot on my niece, and it kind of wrapped around her face.
And you ever see somebody to do that?
Oh yeah, like they
Yeah.
stop making noise.
I wanted to chop her in the fucking throat, make a noise, make a sound. So
Yeah.
she got the weave and the snot and and this big bitch over here still want to lean on me. And I was too busy trying to cater to everybody else to even deal with my mom's funeral. And about a month later, I'm sitting listening to my girlfriend's computer had Bear Share. That's how old that motherfucker was.
Yeah.
Fucking the same song that played at the funeral came on. I'm Missing You by Brandy. If you play that right now, I would start crying like a bitch. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. My girlfriend wake up. It's like, what is wrong? I don't know. I just never. And she chopped me in the throat. I mean, that's the comedy that happens in real moments. Because everybody don't deal with death the same.
I joke. I get awkward. I laugh.
The thing is, it's hard to fake those moments, and when an audience knows you're being like real with them, they
Right.
trust you. They'll go a little further. They'll wait
Right.
for a punchline a little longer. You know what I mean?
They
They'll
know
let
you're
you
being
go.
genuine.
Yeah, and there's a better feeling. Like I remember, I used to be one of those. Like when I first started off, I fell into that same
Set
shit.
up, punchline, structured.
Yeah, and it was all constructed and fake, and I never did some of the things that I used to talk
Right.
about, and I scrapped all that. I kept I tried to keep the funny parts that I could,
Right.
but I got rid of all the fiction, all the fake shit. I mean, yeah.
Now, like I say, you write from a place of from experience.
And it's trial and error. It's, you get up there. I think one of my better sets are the ones in which I'm not trying to be funny, but I know I have a funny story. You're gonna smell that later. It's gonna take a lap around.
I'm smelling it now, actually.
Right. But yeah, when I just try to take the focus on, this isn't the Gong Show, this isn't Apollo. I'm not going to get booed off stage. If you can't be funny, be interesting. And being 39, I am interesting.
Well, those are some good words to leave on because I think, we're pushing our time limit. This is going to be probably the longest episode, but good talking to you, Chad.
Yeah, good drinking with you.
All right.
Like I said, Chad Wallace. Look me up on Facebook.
Just check him out, man.
I'm the darkest Chad Wallace out of your choices.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, I got a very Caucasian name. It's Celtic. Chad is Celtic for warrior.
Yeah.
Wallace from the William Wallace of the Bravehearts. And yeah, just look me up, Chad Wallace Comedy.
Check him out. And something or other. Yeah. Who's the guest next time? Millie Nager? I think Nature? Millie Nager?
You can say it.
Millie, I don't want to say it.
You can say it. And she's the whitest.
Millie Nager will be here next time.
Snowflake.
She is.
She attract NBA players.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you
Shot
later.
callers.